damage. Where's my Visage combination with that? Darkseer got even more buffs. I think he actually got a little bit nerfed though with his ultimate. It's just a vacuum early on that.
I don't know. That hero is just so bad in this patch where denies are reign supreme.
He does seem a little slow. I wonder if people will actually ban Io now that the tether movement speed stays with it and there is no duration on tether. So it's forever as long as you can stay in range. So yeah. There you go. We're into the draft now. You can hear it in the background. How you can see it as well.
My picks are Lesh, Slardar. I think those heroes were already good, and they both got pretty significant buffs in my eyes. Lesh was already like
so Lesh had the base movement speed increase by 5. Lightning Storm was also rescaled. Slow duration was rescaled. It's a lot lower in the early stages. Still same at high, but cast point was reduced by 0.05. Goodbye Io, so we won't have him.
I can see Zeus being picked too. Wasn't like super significant, but definitely still a strong hero.
Yeah, he had base damage increase plus the range also increased, and it looks like for the moment everyone's going to be doing.
Lycan.
Wow, these guys are not. They are not delaying at all. Like this is just boom, boom, boom. So Rubik AA, Omni Knight Tusk.
Yeah, I didn't see Lycan was banned till just then, but they pick Omni immediately. Rubik AA. Rubik's probably like your go-to Omni hero. But both, it's just good synergy between the supports. I'm not a huge fan because I think they're both like, they're susceptible to the same heroes. TA, Visage, Lycan, Beastmaster. Chen took some big nerfs, so I don't expect to see that hero picked. And paiN's bans are pretty tailor-made for VGJ.Thunder. DP, Razor, Lycan. Those are the heroes of VGJ. Almost always will first phase if left available. They're all Sylar's bread and butter.
Remember Death Prophet, yeah, she got a little bit more nerfed, so restore time is a lot longer in the early levels, and the mana cost for silence also got like rather large increase by 30 for the last level.
I like the Enigma ban from VGJ. It's a textbook Omni counter because you just do pure damage with your E and your ultimate. Omni can't really repel anybody through that.
So Omni had one small change. His mana cost, repel. Yeah. So he has 35 increase now, and there's also a slower time for the ice shards for Tusker. So
both like they're just good heroes, you know. They're just like slight tweaks. I think the Tusk change is somewhat to do with like the Chen change, where you can't send allied creeps back to base. Tusk is really strong in this patch just because you can block the off lane. Now it's gonna be a little harder to do that twice. You'll have to wait until just a bit further past the tier 1, unless you want to do it in base, which isn't as effective of a block because the creeps are running slow for the first 11 seconds.
Okay. Do we have any other changes with the Rubik and Ancient Apparition? Ancient Apparition was completely untouched.
Rubik's lift was rescaled and cooldown.
Telekinesis cooldown was rescaled, so it was 22 flat. Now it's 28, 26, 24, 22. So a little bit slower in the early levels. So maybe that will hurt his rotation. And is that also what we think about too with paiN Gaming? Like they don't really have that great rotators. Like we had ES's and SK's being like the bread and butter of almost every team for their 4 positions. Now it's VGJ who have the Tusker to do that roaming job. But paiN Gaming, you mentioned you didn't like the combination. Is this where paiN hurts? The fact they have the Rubik and the AA?
It depends on where VGJ.Thunder goes, but I think, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the opener. I think they're good heroes in conjunction, but you need to see more from VGJ before you like can be really confident in them.
Yeah.
The one thing that they do have going for them is the massive magical damage amplification. Rubik, Aura, and AAW, it's a lot if they pick cores to synergize with it.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you finally get your Lashrak you were talking about before we started this. You got the Chaos Master with the brew.
It's a great.
Oh, we get the Zeus. We get the Zeus pickup. Amplification into. I
mean, there was this classic tricore. I think Alliance used this a lot. Brewmaster, Zeus, Lone Druid. I never saw that lose. I really like those 3 heroes in conjunction, but we shall see. Disruptor picked up. Good synergy with Tusk and Omni Knight, and another just VGJ.Thunder special.
So there are small changes for Disruptor. Static Storm no longer lingers on your hero for 0.5 seconds after walking away from the AoE.
Thank goodness.
And Kinetic Field cooldown increase.
Yeah.
So higher in the early levels, up by 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was necessary, I think, because people were leaving it at like 1 point. Some were even maxing their Q before E, and it's necessary.
With it, we had, Brew was untouched.
I think Brew is actually really underpicked right now, I feel.
It's that lack of stun, right? Like you got the AoE control. But now paiN Gaming go for the hero that everyone's been playing almost non-stop, Gyrocopter. Small changes, flight cannon cooldown has been increased by 10 seconds, and the homing missile hits destroy. It's now a flat 3 as opposed to the 4 it had at level 3 and 4.
It's a really good Jug or Lifestealer game. Yeah, there's Jug. Figured. It's just like the easiest Jug pick. Especially with Disruptor, you crush a Brewmaster in lane. Neither support can do anything to you, and you're a hard counter to Gyro. Whenever you're playing Jug and they have 0 interrupt for a spin TP, you already can feel pretty confident because your split pushing is just going to be effective the entire game.
Yep.
And especially when you can dominate your lane, it's going to feel really strong. And if I'm paiN here, I think you want to look to aggro tri-lane into the Jug with your AA Rubik and just outlane him. Because if they put him in a scenario where he's like double dual lanes here, yeah, like you don't want Disruptor Jug against Brew and then a Tusk Omni against your tri-lane. Because Tusk is just going to block the wave, pull creeps, and in the meantime, your Brew is not going to get anything.
Well, that works when you got Rubik AA. Like that's some good damage. That's some good enabling. So yeah, put Brewmaster up on the top. Then it'll be up to VGJ to switch the lanes. paiN Gaming is going to ban out the Storm Spirit, so even though most people will agree that Storm Spirit's a bit of a piece of crap in the current meta, Freeze still continues with this for VGJ.
It's also so good. Like they ran this Tricore yesterday, the Jug Omni Storm, but Storm Omni Knight's just strong. You repel the Storm, and he's got a free BKB for the entire game. It's very difficult to deal with.
No Faceless Void and Tiny. The pickup from VGJ as Tiny to get a little bit more of a nerf. The base health regen was reduced from 2.5 to 1.5, and the avalanche cooldown was increased as well. So it's still 17 at level 4, but it starts at 20 and then decreases down 1 second each level.
Yeah. I like Tiny. It's just super good hero. There's never a bad time to pick Tiny, I feel. And it puts paiN in a really weird spot because now you have to deal with a repelled hero, the Jug. Like they need something that deals with BKBs because there's a repel and a Jug and a Tiny that's going to get like a third item BKB. So if they don't have any of this magic immunity piercing ability, they actually like can't fight. And there's no real risk for any of VGJ's heroes as the game moves into the mid game.
All right, paiN, you got to wrap this up with
probably a TA.
A nice mid Templar Assassin.
Yeah. You need something like that.
Do you still want to run TA against a Tiny when like Avalanche counts as multiple hits to burn refraction?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like really all they have. It's like that, spin, Disruptor ult, but it's more that TA just all of these heroes on VGJ are like relatively low armor.
Yeah.
And a TA with just like a Blink Deso gives paiN the ability to Roche, which they don't really have right now, and the map control.
They're going to go for an OD instead. So, all right. Look on your face. There's not a lot of confidence coming from the right side of this desk right now. Looking towards paiN. The OD, like, they have ways to at least... I don't know. I almost want to say, like, they can... No, I don't even want to say that. I'm like Astral Imprisonment doesn't even really stop VGJ from focusing down one target because it's too easy for them to switch to something else, or they're always going to punish on the way out. You defensively imprison, DDC is going to punish you. This does not feel like a great draft from paiN Gaming.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to bring up before they picked the OD,
10 seconds remaining.
They need Roche, but they also need tower pressure. And right now they don't have any. Like they have no heroes that provide any like creeps or minions or really anything. They're kind of just counting on this idea that they're going to be able to outlane and like out team fight.
Yeah.
And then just sort of get farmed enough where then the towers sort of die as well. But if you look at VGJ.Thunder, all their cores are going to like pressure lanes. The Disruptor is going to be able to run around. Tusk's a better ganker than both of the supports for paiN. And I just don't see the synergy in their draft. Like, what timing are they looking to hit?
Yeah, it has to be all out aggression. That's it. Like Brewmaster Blink Dagger timing, OD just being OP, because it's HFN. HFN's always that one big guy that just steps up for paiN Gaming. So he needs to do that. But the only way they get that to happen is if Rubik AA Gyro just dominate the offlane. If this is paiN going to a safe lane, I am very, very concerned.
Yeah.
Because this is then going to be what? It's oh, okay, Gyrocopter's going to farm up, but then VGJ is going to get Juggernaut into Battle Fury, and they can't really stop him, right? Because how do you invade when you have a Rubik AA only, like, and there's too much support. There's even, like, Snowball save. There's so many saves that are in there for VGJ.
It's going to be difficult. Their only shot is, like, this OD Gyro just kind of getting out of control, and it's just difficult to do that in a game like this where, like I said, you can't cancel Spin or Repel TP. You're going to be threatened at all times by the support duo, and the Brew is like more of a team fighter. He's not going to actually make things happen on the map, and they don't really have the ability to start fights with the exception of like a Rubik lift, right?
Yep.
And
a Rubik lift, like we were having this discussion as well. Like these three positions, like you're saying, Solana was like going to be one of these big heroes. Like you could run him as a 1, but all the threes have had this. Like, always has a good initiation, a good stun, a high maneuverability, and it's that initiation jump that you want. Like, Bat Riders, like Clockworks, whatever the hell you want to put in the offlane. Maybe not Clockwork, he's a 4. But this just isn't there from paiN. You have Blink Clap, but this isn't then Control. And when you do the jump in, you know DDC is going to be fast on Storm. Like, the second he throws down that Static Storm when a Brewmaster wants to jump in, the fight doesn't go their way.
It's more that I feel like to win this game against a team of the caliber of VGJ, paiN needs to do something different.
All right, smoke breaks. They're still looking for a good target. I mean, I think he's only coming up for a ward, but VGJ.Thunder, they've got the numbers. They've got 4 heroes up on the top, so here come your shards, and it locks in King RD. How can they protect him? Defensive Imprisonment's the only thing that potentially saves his life. He doesn't want to do it there. It now finally comes out. Fade's pretty close on. He'll take the damage from the Imprisonment. So HFN gets the kill onto the Tuskar, and King RD survives the Thunderstorm. So he ends up giving the first blood out. VGJ.Thunder, where it looked like it was pretty much in the bag, but the Tuskar just overcommitted down the hill.
You can see, though, Silo's actually going to run all the way bottom because they want to dodge this tri-lane, like we said in the pregame. You don't want to put Jug against a 3-range AA tri-lane. You want him to just play against this Brew, but I'd expect paiN to possibly switch back, but this is the strength of running down first, where now paiN is going to have to choose, do we TP or do we run over late?
They still got 4 heroes up at the top.
Thing is, if they TP bottom, then the Jug can just immediately TP as well. So.
Yeah. Maybe, well, Sentry Ward, there's 1 on the Rubik. See if they can catch out that obs. That way, at least VGJ.Thunder can't instantly respond to this.
This is so bad for paiN, actually, because they already have lane control bottom, so he's going to just deny the
There's
wave
the TP.
This is so grim for Brew, though. This is not a lane you want to play in.
Oh, they at least get the pickup up on top. DDC being dragged back in, and they hold the line. But with that extra damage from the Chilling Touch, plus the slow effect that comes with it, very difficult to move away. Tavo, yeah, Brewmaster's not going to be happy with this either. Spin damage just way too good. And Fade waiting patiently on the bottom lane to make it so.
He has no TP either, Toby. So this bottom lane, like they're going to push it in now, and he's just going to be denied experience completely. He'll show up, and there's going to be 2 level 3 almost heroes. He's still going to be a level 1 Brew with no boots.
Yep.
He's
so
very sad.
More pressure on paiN Gaming to make this top lane work. But that blink initiation, paiN won't have the threatening presence on the map unless they can just continuously just pepper into Yang. But HFN, I'm really, really worried about him in the mid. He's continuously copping avalanche after avalanche. He's now got the salve that just flew in. He's very, very lucky that Freeze has no... Okay, he's looking for the toss. Looking for him in the trees to cancel the salve. Won't happen. Arms, very deep under the tower. They went for Yang. He was down at 80 HP. Now it's going to be Arms to fall as Fade rotates in, gets the snowball forward. And goodbye, Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and this bottom lane is like already over. He missed 3 waves of experience on Brew, and just there's no worse feeling in Dota than being an offlaner and dying after teleporting.
Doesn't even feel like he's an offlaner. Like, feels like that's meant to be like a straight one-on-one. But because of the early influence, because the Tuskar was down here, Silent just owns the lane. So it's 8-1 versus 3-0 CS.
And as we talked about it, like paiN really needs to run away with the lanes to win this game. I'm really afraid of them ever winning a team. Like, I don't think they can win a team fight in the mid game if VGJ are just 5 and they get all their spells off. It's so difficult for them. OD needs to play out of his mind.
VGJ's got so much information on this top thanks to that Dire Observer ward. They know exactly what fight they can take with paiN. The only thing which was surprising to them is when paiN like dove as 3 underneath the tier 1 tower. little bit over-aggressive.
I don't think, I mean, see, the thing is they feel pressured to get things done, but it's so hard to try and dive Disruptor Omni, especially when a Tusk is the one that's going to be TP'ing against the +1. And if you do overextend as they did, like, you're just going to die every time.
At least HFN's getting some really good CS in the mid now. He has the #1 net worth on the field. He's about 300 in front of Freeze. So that paiN Gaming, I would say it's ace up the sleeve, but it's the ace they have on the table. HFN always. He's at least off to a good start as the OD. Bottom lane, Tavo again going to be punished so heavily. TP support's coming in from King RD, but you can't really do that much apart from soak up experience. And now they can punish up on top VGJ. So support left the top, but Yang's in no real mood to attack, and they don't have the glimpse leveled up for Disruptor just yet.
This is the problem with aggro tri-laning, though, is that the moment you're forced to TP somebody safe lane, you can't really threaten anymore. And especially because the ward they place, now this gyro is really exposed. Luckily, they missed the sentry just now on the ward placed in the easy camp. Otherwise, they would have got the 4-minute pull, and then this lane would be really hard for paiN.
That's just way too easy for Yang when he's able to just repel, dodge any kind of stun from homing missile. Here comes Fade. Radiant actually scanning in towards the mid. Freeze walks far enough up the river that he'll tag it.
Bottom lane, they missed the shards, otherwise Brew is dead again.
How long can this last? Well, at least the shards have a longer cooldown time now, but trouble for HFN. Tries to move back up. He's got some decent intel stolen, so he's doing more damage. Only a level 1 imprisonment, so that won't be enough. But here comes support with Gyrocopter, the homing missile, and the Orbitech. He misses up the hill. The homing missile should be enough, and DDC, actually it's not enough for the homing missile. DDC with the rocket barrage under the tower. They find the kill. Only onto the support, however. They really wanted that tiny.
The last Archer attack kills the Rubik.
The hell, really?
Lived with 9 HP, but not quite enough. That was a gyro teleporting mid at level 3, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
They're going to try and kill top. Glimpse is available for DDC. It's only a level 1, however, so problematic for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But it's probably, like, I thought for a moment that paiN could try and turn that around, but the Omni's got more than enough up his sleeve, too, to make it difficult for paiN just to get this hit, because you repel. So initial target comes out onto DDC. At least they got the Chilling Touch slow. The kinetic field comes up for DDC as well. Purification, a lot of life, but here comes your homing missile in through the side. It switches over towards Yang, allowing for the cold feet to snap onto Yang. No! 55 HP gets him safely into the tree line.
Bottom lane, Brew died again.
Oh.
Jug about to hit level 6, so pretty soon they won't even need a support down there. The Jug can just Omni into spin, and the Brew will die immediately.
This just feels like a sideline reporter. So what's happening on the sidelines? Brewmaster's dead. Let's go back to the sideline reporter. What happened? Brewmaster died again. Let's just not go back to the sideline reporter. We know what the hell happened. Freeze with the avalanche. Nope, that's not the hero, the thing he wanted to toss.
Predicting Brew might die in the next 20 seconds. We shall see.
Predicting Brew will die. I'm predicting that Freeze will die. OD is becoming a little bit more powerful. Continuously stealing intel to the point where it's actually kind of hard to get a combination off for the Tiny. Spin once again, Tavo. Okay, well he's going to clap, and now Snowball. So, yep, looks like you're right. Oh, okay, he gets lucky with the Omni Slash, but Fate's still going to be there. They have to do something about this. The Brewmaster can't TP to the bottom lane at the same time as we have Duster and King RD rotating under the cover of smoke.
Sylar didn't skill Healing Ward, though, so they couldn't pressure with that catapult. He chose to go 2 and crit instead.
It's going all out for aggression in the lane. No sustain. Oh, DDC. They'll finally get him. The combination. Telekinesis and Cold Feet always synergizes nicely together.
The thing is, VGJ's timings are just so much easier to hit. You know, it's Battle Fury Jug, Blink on Tiny, Omni can pretty much buy whatever he wants, and then a Roche. And you look at paiN, and they kind of need to be reactionary, which is so difficult to do in Dota, especially on this patch. You really want to be the team controlling the tempo and the pace. It's very hard to play properly around the opponent's aggression, especially when you don't have like a real team fight.
Well, Sylar's going to go into the spin TP. There is no stun available, so very simple for Sylar to get out. But VGJ, they're ready to fight. Sylar did a very wise thing, only TP'd out to the tier 1 tower. This will allow Fade and Freeze to combo together. And King RD, he came for the Observer Ward to get a little bit of extra information. You can Vortex and Cold Feet. King RD into the trees, trying to actually taunt as he does the run. That ain't gonna work. Sylar has enough life to survive, turns back in for the spin, and with the shards, it's Arms this time that gets locked in, not the Brewmaster. Only because the Brewmaster isn't there. He's up on top.
The Gyro actually with less net worth at the moment than the 0-4 Brew, so that kind of shows just how unfortunate these side lanes have been for paiN Gaming.
Yeah. Oh. OD maybe now getting involved, smoking up with King RD. I think they're... Yeah, they were in range of that dire Observer Ward. So VGJ should be slightly aware of what's coming.
Omni with a Repel TP ready as well.
Here's your jump in, pick up, telekinesis, instantly into Bruce Split, but he gets the Repel off, starts the TP, and where's the damage? Where's the control? It's not there! Oh, they committed so much with it, and now they're going to lose their Gyrocopter once again on the bottom. paiN Gaming feeling the burn.
As I said, you have no cancel for two heroes that can make themselves magic immune and teleport to safety. And how do you gank them? They use Brew Split for that. But
yep. And now they want to push tower, but the other thing we're talking about, the fact that paiN Gaming don't have a tower hitter. That's the OD pickup as their last one that potentially can give them the power in the fights. HFN stuck around. They're going to get Snowball targeted down. Arms is nearby, but was he really got? The homing missiles going to the backlines over towards the Tusker. The flat cannon damage is minimal to almost non-existent.
Previously, Brew matched up a lot better against Omni because you could AoE dispel the Repel, but after the recent changes to him, it's now an undispellable ability. So
they're going to try and kill Freeze. They know he's really low on mana. Can't even TP back out of this one, so into the trees, and this is finally something going the way of paiN Gaming, catching out Freeze, who just overstayed his welcome on the bottom.
Jug at 5,000 net worth is looking real scary. Gyrocopter, unfortunately, moving into 8th place on the net worth chart behind his Rubik as well now. Still not level 6.
Fade. Close the distance onto Arms. Into the trees, thanks to the Invis rune. Tusker can get real close. More information. Tarbo's rotating over. Has no Brewmaster split. Perfect shards and Omni Slash. They just want to clean up, get the advantage, and then just take the tier 1 tower. Quick and efficient. Even in mid lane, you get a wall over on Duster. Freeze going to close the distance, tosses him back, and with the chilling touch damage, DDC may die for this. Duster getting the advantage, but he's underneath the tower, and DDC, he went down to 23 HP, still will survive. And VGJ back up to top lane. They move their attention because OD ain't coming. He's got TP in 5 seconds time, so maybe he can be involved, but not after the tower's already been taken out. Tarvo with the clap, Fade being repelled, gets the distance to run away. Healing Ward of Silas does get mopped up. VGJ need a little bit more help in this. As Sylar, he needs distance, he needs help. Here comes the Snowball, you can pick him up for half a second. The Ice Blast coming in through the rear. So they've already found the kill onto Sylar, a big kill streak for Tarvo to end, and paiN Gaming forcing the issue. Fade's got nowhere to go, apart from into the waiting arms of paiN Gaming. And these kills mean so much. Like, that was a Juggernaut's 6-0 streak that they just took.
In the meantime, Disruptor, DDC, just farming up bottom, hit level 7 while that wall went down. 2 wards to place as well. Good kills, but the issue is just going to be how does paiN turn these kills into objectives? Because once again, that's Brew Split. So it's sort of a fight they're supposed to win. But what do they do now for 2 minutes?
They don't do anything, but you're going to get the Blink Dagger onto Tarvo. Like, at least they're getting these critical items thanks to the kills. Okay, yeah, you also get a Blink Dagger over on the Tiny 12 minutes in, but small mercies for paiN. You've also got OD now, 4 stuff done, looking towards the Hurricane Pike. He's getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. The levels are good, and he's almost got the same net worth as the Juggernaut. Obviously, this will change once you have... Goodbye. Once you have the Battle Fury over on the Juggernaut. This will change heavily.
Yeah, the problem is when Brew rushes Blink, he's all in on starting fights and winning team fights. And you don't scale. And that's why you see a lot of Brewmasters choosing to go for maybe like a Drums, a Midas, at the very least upgraded boots first, because it allows you to continue to maintain your acceleration. But now he's just going to blink and flap. And if he has split, he'll use it. But otherwise, what's he do?
They got a lot of friends here, but once again, Repel TP out. There's no real damage that gets through that, and definitely no way to stun him.
Yep, Jug pushing bottom. They're already set up on mid. Any teleport here is going to feed immediately to the Disruptor Tusk Tiny.
The Radiant is scanning. They're trying to work out if VGJ.Thunder are rotating down towards the bottom. Scan's going to wear out just as Tuskar moves down south, and OD banishes him out. The Ice Blast. Well, it doesn't actually have the chill effect when you're inside of this, but Sylar, the damage is more than enough from HFN to get the kill.
Surprising lack of discipline from Sylar. He spun the creep wave, OD was already set up, and then immediately just imprisons him, and he's dead.
paiN Gaming now look for another kill. Imprisonment is out into the Primal Split. It's the Omni Knight who's running out of this one. He won't have his TP. Use that one up on top. But DDC creates the wall. The Earth Ruling stun into the call down of Arms. Does some real good work slowing it up. And that Storm from Disruptor has no real effect. Now it's the Ice Blast coming in once again from the AA. Connects on the Yang, dropping down the hammer of HFN and VGJ.Thunder. They're going to lose out so heavily here. How has this escalated so quickly in favor of paiN?
They're just chasing them down and getting the fights they want. VGJ just not really prepared. They were set up middle. The Jug dies, and then they actually smoke on this other ward that VGJ has down, and they just get caught out anyway. Save a buddy syndrome.
It's the what syndrome?
Save a buddy syndrome.
Save a buddy. Okay. Let me just carry you across this warfield with bullets flying through.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I got shot. But now this is going to escalate the problem more. Like I was talking about the Hurricane Pike coming up soon for HFN. Like he's really, really close to completing that. The Gyrocopter is getting close to his drum, so the catch-up time is still not great. Like Rubik still has more net worth than he does. But you got Blink Dagger on King RD. So you got the double jump initiation, and it's the instant control.
I don't know if HFN's going to go straight for Pike either. I think he's thinking about it because he had purchased the Yoga Club, but now he sold it again. I think he might go Blink or potentially look for some other big item, but I don't know if I like Pike too much here. I think you want another Blink and just continue to initiate and find kills because that's the way they're going to win this game.
Either that or he's just trying to get the distance when someone gets pushed in, get outside the wall nice and quick. But I suppose Blink will do exactly the same thing. The only thing that really helps you is against Tuskar with shards.
We'll see.
They look to initiate on Freeze. He was quick with the blink back.
Split up in 10 seconds, and then paiN quick to go again. They're in a much better position in this game now.
Yep. I'm just going to get a tower trade off. It'll be a tier 2 for a tier 1. It's not the greatest tower trade they were looking for. As Clap, Freeze, caught out. King RD with a blink forward. Ice Blast slaps him down. This is where VGJ really cannot fight, especially as 1v5.
Yeah, I have no idea what Freeze is doing. His entire team is bottom set up on the wards. Maybe he's trying to bait. He does get them to use the split, but it's still really not worth it. They're getting the tower bottom for free even without his death.
He may not have been aware of the Rubik Blink Dagger, but they did reveal it when they tried to go for the jump previously in mid. King RD is going to get the TP out. Oh no, vision in time, allowing the glimpse to happen. So King RD with a stolen spin. He's got no distance, but he's done a hell of a lot of damage to VGJ. So, small consolation prize.
Yeah, he's actually going to rush the BKB on HFN. I like this choice. I think you needed some item that gives them another timing, right? So now they have the Blink Brew, and the OD needs a method of allowing him to continue auto-attacking in a fight, like, soon. And I like the BKB a lot. If they lose a fight with his Pike, and then VGJ gets Roche, they're suddenly in a really crappy position. But now they actually have the ability to win a fight, maybe get a tier 2, and continue aggression. Top lane.
Yep. VGJ looking for a kill. There's your shots to reveal Duster in the tree lines. The cold feet's over on Freeze. He'll walk it off. Easy Ice Blast onto Fade. There's an easy death for Duster as well. They got no vision. So TP to safety will function, and TDC doesn't get a glimpse target. Yeah, but once that BKB is up, like, is that actually the weakness of the VGJ.Thunder lineup and where the OD does come into his own, where the natural BKB builders is taking time, and the Juggernaut still looks to be completing up an SMY before he's going to go into the BKB. would you change the build order, or do you not really care just because Sylar can farm so quickly and get to the item anyway with the Battle Fury?
I mean, I don't think you need VGB on this game. When you're Sylar, he's just going to have a repel on him, and he has spin. I think it's more likely he's just going to go straight for damage. Maybe a Shadow Blade here. But I think Sylar might prefer Blink from the games I've seen. But I feel like you just go like this S and Y butterfly build. Might need an MKB at some point as well, just because you're playing against Brew. But if he gets a butterfly, it's just like the item against OD Gyro, because they really don't want to buy MKB, and effectively you're just going to dodge, you know, a ton of attacks. Stay alive.
They're on the hunt once more. paiN Gaming up the mid. 3 heroes, and oh, okay. Glimpsing King RD away. DDC creates some space and dodges the gank. Is Brewmaster going to have a crack at solo top? He knows the Tiny is up here pretty low. His Blink Dagger himself is on cooldown, but with Split, he could solo the Tiny.
He finished the Vlads as well, so they're pretty much all in on these team fight items, looking for a fight soon. With the OD BKB timing, just finished it as well.
Oh, Free's going to have his own crack. Knew if he instantly TP'd out, there's no way Tavo can hit him. Split into Earth Stun, it would have taken too long.
Space, it's all about Sylar. Well, at this point, I might actually favor paiN. This fight, at least in this fight. Like this is, they're ready to go right now.
Like if VGJ lose 2 heroes in a fight, I think they're still going to be like in attempted defense. I think they'll still be okay until Sylar is ready to fight. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be the wisest thing. Yeah,
the thing is, until Sylar has more items, they don't have really any sustained damage on VGJ. There's the Tiny combo, the Jug ult, but they don't actually have the ability to kill people continuously, whereas paiN, like, they can just keep going with OD Gyro.
They see so much. You gotta drop that sentry from DDC. Yeah, he's gonna find the Observer Ward. Thanks, like, it's actually kind of odd that King RD did what he did. Like, they saw it as daytime. The tier 2 tower saw the Rubik move into the trees. So it's probably one of the most obvious wards you could have planted down. But they at least got the information. They understand where VGJ is. And VGJ are not contesting this mid push.
Meantime, though, they are, like, if you look at the side lanes, they're still being heavily pressured by VGJ.Thunder. They're not going to make the same mistakes they were doing in the early game, and I think that paiN, this next opportunity is not going to be handed to them. They're going to need to find it somehow.
Was that just when it comes to Roshan? But how quickly can their team even do that?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I don't believe they even have a Medallion at the moment, so they just have to brute force it, and it would take too long.
You had actually, you had one. Oh yeah, pick up, throw down, freeze. Damn, that damage comes quickly, but the Ice Blast, not quick enough. So freeze repelled. Sits in his high ground quite comfortably. I saw a Medallion picked up by the Omni Knight, but it looks like he got rid of it in favor of getting the Hood into Pipe.
Bottom, I mean, it's all just space for Sylar, but I'm actually starting to favor paiN Gaming in this draft.
You know what? I actually think Brewmaster preferred that. He went to bottom, he was able to hit a little bit and then clap the wave. So DDC's pressure he applied no longer exists, and the Brewmaster is already back up on the top lane.
Sylar continuing to farm as paiN Gaming 5-mans. They're getting towers, but the issue is, like, you just keep repeating, they can't do Roche, and it's not like they can ever threaten high ground. So they need to find an opening, and it's just very difficult to do so when you've got all these heroes mirroring the map on VGJ.
TP home finally comes from HFN. So tier 2 tower for 100, 150 damage onto the tier 3 tower.
The thing is, there's a lot more creep waves and jungle camps being cleared by Sylar as these pushes happen. So even though the towers die, the gold advantage hasn't really changed because they're getting out-farmed the whole time.
But their cores have at least caught up. Like the top 4 net worth, 3 of them belong to paiN, and then they hit something like this, like a good Ice Blast, freeze just shatters. And there's little to nothing they can do about such a gank. And it's this quick blink. No instant wave for VGJ to respond. Even if they did have a blink, a BKB or something like that, they still can't get it off in time.
And that is the strength of Rubik AA, where you have bonus 30% magic damage from the AA, 22% from the Rubik, and then Gyro. So they all just throw their spells, and all of a sudden, Tiny's near 2,000 health means absolutely nothing. You can't even stick because you're AA ulted.
Well, they're going to give a crack towards Roshan. We said that paiN Gaming were pretty, well, crap at this. The courier's going to get sniped out by Fade. He was just looking for, I think, a creep skip originally, but he'll take the courier, which had the obs and sentry, which would have given paiN some level of like security for Roshan. But do VGJ get in on this? It doesn't look like it. Sylar is still farming and pressuring bottom, so Roshan is going to belong to paiN Gaming. There goes the Immortal into the hands of the Gyrocopter, and they're looking for kills. The repel is out over on Yang. King RD will steal it. HFM will be glimpsed away. Doesn't burn the BKB, and Sylar sees the TP arriving from the Gyrocopter, so starts his own TP out on bottom.
And VGJ is playing so strangely today. Like, this team has been, I think they were top 2 in Bucharest, and they were just in a finals against EG in Indonesia, and I don't know if paiN's like better than I thought they were, or VGJ's playing off, but
it's that team you got no experience against, right? Like you never play these guys, you don't understand their tempo, and what is logical to do, paiN Gaming do not follow. So the tempo is very different to what you're expecting.
Some South American thing.
Pretty much.
I like what they've done, but their item choice has been great this game, and I think it's a big part in their advantage right now.
Fade, I think he's dead. Wants to TP out of this one, has it available, but already used Snowball, and Duster would be able to get that kill.
HFN's going to finish a blink at the side shop. Gyro rapidly approaching his BKB, just a recipe away. I think that might be their timing to look to threaten, but at this point, like, I don't know how you beat paiN in a team fight anymore.
You don't.
Look at Freeze's net worth. And look at his items.
Yeah. Like, the Juggernaut's the primary thing, but I still don't feel like until Sylar is... I don't think he's powerful enough. Even with Butterfly, if he gets hit by Ice Blast or any kind of, like, initiation combination, Sylar is dead.
Yep.
And when paiN Gaming know this, they'll just take the last remaining outer towers. They're going to take the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 tower on bottom.
Yep.
It seems like every single trade that VGJ have gone for, they've always come out the worst in the last 10 minutes.
And while OD was maybe not the, like...
Sylar, there's that initiation we're talking about. Pick him up, throw him down. He got the spin repel TP out, but now this will strand Yang. He saved the Ice Blast from Duster to kill off Omni Knight, and Freeze. TP won't happen. The imprisonment's there, 1 by 1. VGJ will fall. The Brewmaster's on the bottom causing more issues, and he'll need to be able to blink himself out of this one. I think he's trying to control up DDC so he doesn't get glimpsed away. The spin, the damage, half a second. He's got the range. In he comes, and Tavo glimpsed back into the wall. He is a half-decent kill to get, but still, is this trade-off really worth it?
The Storm Panda was cast animation, throwing up the Disruptor, and he would have been fine. Although I think the shards might have canceled Blink Frame Perfect as well. And I neglected to mention, like, maybe I didn't like the OD, but he is super good against Omni Knight. Your orb just does damage through GA, and if you initiate properly, the Rubik going for Jug like he just did there, if the OD can ever Astral the Omni Knight, like, they're just going to kill this Juggernaut immediately.
Yeah. So if they can fight with vision, they get into the back lines, this would be, well, disastrous for VGJ. Means the high ground defense is still going to be nice and strong.
Got it.
But outside the base is where VGJ want to keep fighting. There's a reason why Juggernaut continues to add pressure towards the bottom lane. They want paiN Gaming to turn around and come backwards.
OD hasn't even used his BKB yet. He's had it for nearly 10 minutes.
They've never been pressured enough to do it.
They haven't. They're just running around, and they occasionally find heroes to kill. I really love this ward that they've had up for the full duration. You can see VGJ actually missed it with both sentries in the deep dire jungle area. It sees this entrance to the woods and the mid lane. My favorite ward to place.
Yep. You're talking about this entrance.
Yeah.
You get to draw on the map for this one, because remember, when you say this entrance, people can't see your cursor.
Oh, I can draw on the map.
Yeah, you're in the. Okay, let's not go all overboard with this one. Remember when we first got it? It was just like I went full John Madden. Like if you look, yeah, right here, Script. So we have like 3 frontliners. You've got your defenders on the back line. Then they've got to push up the left flank to attack up and the right flank too, to then move forward, and then just a do-si-do around the corner.
Got it.
Terrific.
There's a smoke. Radiant missed the scan, but they obviously have sniffed this out, and I don't expect anybody to die to it.
Run, run, run. With everyone missing, no one underneath any observer wards, yeah. It's almost a little too easy to stiff, but Arms probably thinks he's safe. Back under his shrine, it is expanded shrine. And VGJ.Thunder are not going to force the issue. They have an observer ward themselves, so they see Arms and HFN around here. In fact, they'll get all the information on paiN Gaming.
BKB finished on Brewmaster. BKB finished on Gyro. So they're at a point now where unless you 100-0 one of these guys, they're most likely going to survive. And Disruptor is now a very difficult hero to play.
The ice blasting into the trees is going to connect on freeze. So at least he can't blink. He can TP, however. That'll work. Wait, hang on, what is HFN building? He's had Hurricane Pike in his quick buy forever, but now he's got an ultimate orb?
I think it's a Hex.
Just straight up Scythe?
100%.
Okay.
Because if he just hexes the Omni Knight and the Omni dies, like there's no counterplay. And you were correct, Jug is actually going to go for a BKB, and so is Omni Knight, because they recognize if you have one of those, paiN still can't deal with you.
Yep. I think it's mainly because I don't feel the damage from the gyrocopter yet. Like, it's going to come just because of, like, how well this game has been going for paiN Gaming in the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, even so, it's just you just make OD worthless when you all have spell immunity. And then the GA is also just going to be completely countering the flat cannon. So you're not really in danger of anything once these guys finish their BKBs. And the fight's just going to come down to pretty much who initiates first, who actually gets the jump, and how it's really a lot on HFN, in truth, because his imprisonment can just save somebody from the Juggernaut ulti. If he Hex initiates properly, they might just find a pick off.
Yeah.
Like the OD ult with a bunch of int can just wipe the supports. There's a lot of stuff. And it's the same with Fade and his Tusk. Snowball the Hex, maybe that wins the fight for your team. He BKBs out, boom.
So pretty much both sides have a lot of escape now. paiN got a lot of it just because they reached a level as well as an item progression which we didn't believe they were ever going to reach. But they got it. VGJ opened the window for them and they climb straight in. paiN Gaming take the tier 2 towers. That's all out of towers now gone for VGJ. Keeps some 2 tier 2 towers behind paiN. Took it a little bit longer to wait for Roshan to come up. He could spawn in 1 minute. And, whoa, okay, Tiny, what are you still doing here? Freeze, Invis, support's coming in. Who brought detection? And anybody bring it? Okay, Tavo brought detection. And the Ice Blast. It'll freeze. But King RD is the man to take the kill.
HFN's going to get Hex after this wave. Yeah, he just pinged it. You can see. Give me. All he needs is these 2 CS, and then they are ready to rumble. DD spawn top as well. Roche not up for 40 seconds to 3 minutes 40 seconds, but I expect him to get this Aegis, Butterfly on Gyro, and then do you just go high ground?
I don't know. Right now I think they have to keep on killing.
You need pickoffs first. You can't just break base, but they can continue to try and outscale VGJ, just kind of running around. They'll find a pickoff, maybe play some good wards.
Then yeah, they need to establish more vision. Right now there's only one Radiant Observer ward left on the field and it dies in 40 seconds. So King RD just plants one smack bang in the middle lane. And he only has 2 sentries available now. But OD is... He's looking towards mid to see who's going to defend it, and VGJ.Thunder are a little uncertain about things too. Fade, always be careful when you use that snowball because there's no defense. The Ice Blast is coming in. It won't be deep enough to connect onto VGJ. With the Brilliant split down, VGJ are just waiting it out. You'll send the Juggernaut up and towards the air. Fortification will wear off, and the Tuskar buys back freeze at the cover of Repel. Jumps in, gets a long toss. The BKB very slow to come in from the OD. The call down will create space to back out, but the glimpse, here you go again. King RD is the man to be pulled in. So Rubik will fall, but you just got a kill buyback, a tier 3 tower for the price of your Rubik. That seems like a decent day at the office, but you did burn the BKB as well, I guess.
The big thing is that Roche has spawned, earliest spawn available. This is the game, right here. Which team gets Roche is going to determine everything. VGJ already smoking, but that ward from King RD just sniffed it out.
They're pinging. Sylar hexed up that Ice Blast! Oh, that's nice! But the damage output with the Omni Slash, OD, he's already down. Doesn't have buyback available. They're looking to try and kill off Arms. He's on the run out of here. A pickup and throwback on the Tiny. Freeze has Blink Dagger available. Cannot close the distance. This is not what they're looking for. A toss in on Yang. Also, not what I think Yang was expecting. Just lost his Guardian Angel to the Rubik. The VGJ, they're going to put the Sigil on Roshan, realize he's up, and then they're going to go for that right now. That was...
You can't take that fight if you're paiN. There's no BKB on OD.
Yep.
It doesn't matter that you get the initiation. The Omni's there, Repel, GA. You won't kill anybody for those 10 seconds, and the OD will die.
It just looks way too good, though. Like, it's like, okay, we have Hex. We can get that quick pick into momentum, and that's what paiN Gaming's been playing as far as tempo for, well, the entire game.
Because it's not a pick. You know they're going to be there as 5, and that's where a more experienced team, they realize, yes, we know they're smoking. We had a ward there. And you use that information to bide time and run away for 30 seconds.
Here they come again. You still don't have the OD. Freeze gets a double avalanche. Pick up from the Rubik, creates some space. And they're going to glimpse Tavo over, and he doesn't have his BKB. 3 seconds on cooldown, so forced into the split. OD up in 1 second, can TP to that tier 2 tower. They're looking for something, are they? The Brewlings continue to chase back VGJ up through the mid lane. The stun was on DDC. The Earth Brewlings almost gone. Ice Blast, nice and decent, but that Aghanim Storm. HFA, he has the BKB up and he is being protected. They can force staff away. That Guardian Angel, which was sold by King RD before, being really effective to at least negate the initiation of VGJ.Thunder. That they have the sustain, and Sylar can just keep running him down. Arms will fall. OD can blink away to safety. I don't think Duster's going to be as lucky, however. A snowball just to delay him. So we cannot reach the tier 3 tower, and now it's 3 heroes from paiN Gaming who are without buyback.
That was an Ags Disruptor ult, dude. I didn't even realize. And that, like, OD tanked that fully and could not BKB or Hex out of it. And then the moment he had to run versus turn around and fight because he was already at like 30% HP. He just literally triangle wand Ags. That was really well played by DDC.
Couldn't have asked for a better timing. And so VGJ, the tier 3 tower, they will claim one of their own, but they will get a lot more than paiN got when they took the tier 3 tower. And it looks like paiN Gaming already setting up for some kind of defense on bottom. Difficult to do when Bruce Split's still on cooldown for another 30 seconds. And the Gyrocopter's down for another 20. Yeah, I do not see this happening. They have to just let this go. Potentially fight later on. VGJ.Thunder can't force the issue any harder than this because the tier 2 tower is up on top lane. So taking shrines, rotating top will definitely be on the board right now for VGJ. With Aegis Immortal, they can look to finish by pushing top.
Yeah, there's just no reason to continue. They have 6k on Jug, like 3k plus on pretty much every other hero but Disruptor. And whenever you get 2 racks, shrines, like you just spend your money and then you just go again. There'll be a full item up on pretty much every position, and now it's suddenly a 12,000 gold lead. And I feel like I've seen this story before where one team gets the second Roche, they get the team fight, they get the racks, game over. And it's just this Roche right now in this meta.
It also just seemed to be like the fact that VGJ was always winning this game until the bleed that happened around 15 minutes. And it's taken him this long to just get control back again. But the Juggernaut was always ahead, always so powerful. 26,000 net worth. Has a full MKB done. And it still has another 2.9k gold in the bank. And paiN Gaming, they're looking to fight once more. They put the Observer Ward down. They're waiting just out of vision of VGJ. And Freeze is the first man to walk in. DDC, okay, they see everyone coming in paiN. Yeah, they don't want this type of fight. The creep waves are pushing in through mid. So it's just a straight back up for all of paiN.
Yep, well played by VGJ. This is how you do it, you know? You have 2 racks, follow the guy with Aegis, have a gem, de-ward the area, and just, you know, play disciplined, which is something they weren't doing for the first 20 minutes. So obviously they got their shit together now.
Observer Ward's down. DDC gonna glimpse away the Ancient Apparition. Potentially could have killed him.
Aegis reclaimed in 1 minute, but that's plenty of time for them to go threaten this last racks.
For now, it looks like they're going to keep with the shrines in the tier 2 tower. They're not pushing the issue that hard.
Shard on Jug. I think they're going to go for it after the shrine. 40 seconds.
You got a full Assault Cuirass on the Tiny too, so yeah, confidence should be really high for VGJ.
And they just have to initiate now on any hero because they have that Axe Disruptor ult, and all of a sudden the BKBs aren't able to be used. That hero will die.
God, they even get Lotus Orb. All right, reflect off free. Sylar committing the spin nice and early, but then Lotus Orb and Repel is up. Healing Ward was the steal from King RD, not exactly, again, what he was searching for. Tier 3 tower will fall, pick up with the telekinesis, pulling back Sylar. He'll have the homing missile come in, but he just spins and breaks free of both the cold feet as well as the homing missile, attacking in to the racks. But okay, Tavo, BKB does as much work as he possibly can. The back lines, that Ice Blast is nice. connects on 3, so Tuskar will fall. Sylar protected by the Guardian Angel for the moment, but we're starting to rack up a lot of stolen intelligence into HFN. He's got the Eclipse available, and everyone's really nicely clumped. The GA is there. HFN, how long will you wait? Not any longer. Freeze will fall. Sylar's BKB is halfway through his duration. Can he kill off Tavo before it will go down? Omni slashing back into the Maul, and Duster into arms. Sylar, so much damage, but the Hex is there. The control is there. Sylar will go down. 1,300 gold, not to mention the fact he's dead for 96 seconds without buyback.
That on the Rubik, though. He does finish in Ags, but I think you really wanted that on the Gyro. I don't know. They pushed in, like, the Aegis faded right as that fight started. And, like, they should have a timer on that.
Yep.
And
well,
I think that they were afraid. Like, you could see them change how they were taking the fight the moment the sound cue played.
That's just that that really, really crappy moment. But yeah, you're talking about, like, they moved over towards the shrine. At that point, I didn't think they'd push it.
Yeah.
Everything looked like they could, though. Like, the items were starting to arrive. Pushing the racks looked a little bit too easy with the Juggernaut in the front lines, but yeah, he needed to die a lot earlier than when he did.
It's one of those scenarios where that 30 seconds of pushing earlier would have been worth not having the items that are still coming on Courier, because now you're playing with an Aegis versus the enemy team knowing, okay, we're going to initiate with 5-10 seconds left, and all of a sudden it throws you into a bit of a panic because you don't have this safety measure anymore. Your Jug will just die, and then he has to play very defensively throughout the fight. And HFN just got so much in and then kind of just killed everyone.
Yeah, I think he actually he cracked 40 during that fight and then threw down the Sandy's Eclipse. Yang, jumping forward, Hex is out, and the stolen Omni Slash. Remember, that's an Aghanim's Omni Slash as well that they had in King RD. So, a kill for the Rubik.
That's a big kill. Like, that's a huge kill, actually, because if you force the Omni buyback, that's a big win condition, because with Omni dead, it's really easy to kill these cores.
And they're ready to push.
Yeah.
That's the +2 Sandy's Eclipse multiplier for the OD, just to make things a little bit heavier. And they want this mid-racks. Freeze, ready to fight. Sentry wards are down, and it looks like that Gem of True Sight they picked up previously, as sitting on the Rubik at the moment. Allowed to reveal a little bit. Freeze. Well, they get the toss back for the BKB Gyrocopter into the call down. Position is good. Not great for HFN, however. They have to be pushed back out again. Ice Blast will do the work, but now so does the Omni Slash. Jumping through. Duster and HFN, they were just close enough for everything to connect. So Arms can go on the run. They can wait for the Brewlings as well. VGJ, that's what they do. And BKB from Tavo. TP out. Nothing to penetrate that fade. Can't flip him.
HFN hexed the Disruptor there, and you just can't do that if you want to win a fight. You need to get the Omni Knight or the Juggernaut, and he just sort of got hit by...
Pick up, Omni Slash, remember it's that Aghanim's upgrade too. He's going to jump into the rest of them, and now GA protection. Arms thought he had something with King RD, but they had nothing. There's going to be King RD down, no buyback for the Rubik. Gyro just burnt his. This will be a hard defense for paiN Gaming.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
They do have buyback on OD, but you really don't want to be forced to use that.
They'll lose top racks at least.
Sylar just killed
Still, yeah, he really did. Brewmaster, jump in. OD is back to War of the Living, and they start over on the Omni Knight this time around. The Ice Blast, everyone gets pushed a little bit further away with the OD ulti and the flank and damage. paiN DDC, they're both going to go down. It'll cost Arms as well as HFN, and that may just be it. Without those two big cores, this base belongs to Sylar. The buyback's in from the Brewmaster. Duster has to do so much work just to keep Sylar off the racks. For now, he is backing up. They regather the gem. Yang actually walks straight past that, not grabbing it. But they're back to push once more. The healing ward regeneration's too good. But the Brewlings, they're getting cut up. There's only the Storm Brewling left. Luckily, he stays invis, but the Snowball, it won't be so lucky for the Ancient Apparition. He can go for a quick Ice Blast if he can just get some distance. Locked inside the shards. Yep, point blank range Ice Blast. The gem's on the deck. And the Juggernaut will also hit it. Finish up the racks, giving mega creeps to VGJ.Thunder. Still another minute they have to try and delay this before paiN can get back to full strength. And that seems to be impossible, as Brewmaster caught out in the eastern side, locked up pretty heavily. Duster will fall as well. This is GG. There is no comeback from this.
I Gotta give my MVP to Sylar. There's a reason he's one of only a handful of players to finish top 3 at 3 different TIs. And his team was kind of thrown a bit. I think Sylar made one mistake, dying at the tier 2 bottom. Just spinning a little too aggressively with TP still on cooldown for 4 seconds. But other than that, he just played clean, crisp, item choice perfect, movement perfect. And VGJ not looking as sharp as they were a week or 2 ago, but enough to win the game. But it is paiN Gaming.
Yeah, it's paiN Gaming, but it's also like if paiN Gaming just were a little bit tighter as well in their play, like they could have easily beat VGJ.Thunder after like the 15 to 25 minutes. Who the hell is that yelling in our ears?
Yeah, it's the Jug.
It's the Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds very much like Tidehunter yelling at Kunkka.
I was thinking something. I think it sounds like something completely different. But it's like I'm listening to a Marvel movie.
It's Hulk, is it? Yeah.
No, the Juggernaut.
Yeah, he sounds like Hulk.
No, like
if he's a Marvel movie.
X-Men.
X-Men.
Is that DC?
That's DC.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
definitely
sorry.
not Marvel.
Yeah, all right.
You probably just offended half of the people who are watching on this stream. So if you're not offended, stay tuned. We'll be back for Game 2 in just a bit. As Mineski going up against Effect next. Can somebody give us Pangolier on the second stream? Maybe. Shut up, Jugger.
Something